Yo, what's up? Welcome to the MMA Talk, and in this video, we're gonna be talking about UFC Fight Night Rio de Janeiro, Charles Oliveira versus Mateusz Gamrot. This is not a bad card. This used to be a really good card before we had some fight pullouts and a weird bout order. But besides that, this turned up to be a pretty meh card. It has a good main event, co-main, and featured bout. For fight nights nowadays, that's all I really need. If you can have that, you sold me. But anyways, we're going to be talking about our fight predictions and pretty much just a rant about the card and fight predictions. Hope you guys enjoy and let's get into it. Starting off with first fight of the night, we have Luan Lassard versus Simon Alvey. Is that how you say it, Simon Alvey or Simon Alvey? Doesn't matter, Simon Alvey. These are both they're both kind of filler fighters. These are fighters you kind of see one off. Like you see one time on a card, you never see again. Yeah, I don't really know for this fight. I'm going with Luan Lassard. Luan Lassard hasn't fought in a while. His two losses were to, let me check again. They were, I don't know the other guy, but was Demont Blackshear. He hasn't fought since 2023. He took some time off since then. Simon Oliveira, though, he hasn't really done anything. Well, by done anything, he's fought, but he's lost. He's been slept. He's fought more frequently, but he's lost more frequently, if that makes more sense. And yeah, I feel like since Luan Lassard's kind of took some time off, he hasn't fought in a while. I feel like he's more refreshed and more prepared to come in. And I feel like Simon Oliveira is just not it. I feel like after this, he's going to get cut and he's going to do whatever in another promotion. But I have Luan Lassard by round 2 submission or 30-27 decision. All right, moving on. We have Juliana Polastrin versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I have no idea if I pronounced her last name wrong. But Karolina is a vet into the UFC. She fought for the belt in the UFC at one point. She fought Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I have no idea if that was a good fight. I've never watched it. But besides that, you'd think she's more of a vet. She's been around a while. Juliana isn't really shit. She's younger. How old is she? Let me check. She's 27 and Karolina is 39. So, yeah, she's more experienced. This girl's a lot younger. She's not that good. So you'd think Karolina would be the pick. But I don't see that. I feel like Karolina coming on a 2-fight losing streak right now. I think 2 or 3 fight losing streak at the current moment. And if you looked at her fights, she kind of has that. She goes on a bit of a win streak, then she goes on a bit of a losing streak, win streak, losing streak. But I feel like I feel like this losing streak keeps going on. I don't think it ends here. So yeah, I have Juliana by 29-28 decision, as usual. Sadly for lower level women's MMA, it's pretty much how it goes 90% of the time. And yeah, up next, heavyweight. This is actually a fight I really care about. I don't know why it's third fight of the night. It should be on the main card. But UFC, bunch of guys. Walter Walker versus Muhammad Usman. I have Walter Walker. Shocking. But the thing is, everyone's going. I've seen for Lucas Tracy in their videos, all of them, MMA Guru. They're all picking Walter Walker by submission again, which I understand. He's on a 3-fight win streak, all by heel hook. Makes sense. I feel like he KOs him. I feel like he's gonna KO Muhammad Usman. I feel like he's going to KO Muhammad Usman because besides this 3-fight win streak, if he didn't have this, he only has one ever submission win before this win streak. He'd only ever submitted one person. So this submission thing is kind of starting now. Like, he hasn't been this submission guy. He's just starting this. I feel like in this fight, Muhammad Usman's trash. He sucks. He's not good. He's another filler fighter in my opinion. And, well, I just don't think he wins it. I think he gets KO'd. You don't think he's good on the feet. I don't think he's good on the ground. You think he's Kamaru Usman, Marty Fagan Usman's brother. But nah, he sucks. In the words of Guru, he said should have stuck to the NFL. Should have went to the NFL. In reality, nah. He reminds me of a PE coach, a high school PE coach. I see this dude being the big dude coach everyone fucks with. But yeah, UFC fighter, I don't see that for Muhammad Usman. I think he actually went to the college here in the U of A. I don't know. Don't fact check me on that. I believe he went to the U of A. But that's beside the point. I don't know why I said that. That was just random. But yeah, I don't think Muhammad Usman's all that good. I feel like he's going to get KO'd by Walter Walker. So yeah, have Walter Walker by round 1 KO. I feel like he's going to show that he's meant to be here at heavyweight. And also another thing with him. I like how he said that he wants to build up his career, take his time. He's fighting too active for that to happen, which I know that doesn't make sense, but he's talking about like he wants to build up the career, to rush in the rankings, and I get that. That's good. But you're in heavyweight. There's not a lot of fighters in this division for you to be doing that. This is a division where like you're gonna get rushed in a way. Like, I get, like, he can, after this, he can probably get, like, one more. Maybe the winner of a fight later on this card we're going to talk about. Or maybe, like, a Ryan Spann gets one more. Maybe a fucking blob, like, fucking, what's his name? Who's fighting 321 in a couple weeks? Chris Barnett. Again, Chris Barnett wins his next fight. He's fighting the dude Muhammad Usman actually just beat, so never know. Maybe that's the key. He's the gatekeeper to Walter Walker. That makes no sense. But yeah, maybe, but I just feel like he's gonna get rushed in a way. I don't know why we're talking about next fights for him. I just know he was talking about that, and yeah, I just feel like he's gonna knock him out. Anyways, talking too much about this fight. Moving on. Lucas Rocha versus Stuart Nichols. I have Lucas Rocha in this one. Stuart Nichols, he's not bad. He's not good. He's not terrible. He's an Aussie, and as we've seen currently in the UFC, the Aussies, and mostly in general, a lot of the Aussies and Australians are surpassing in a lot of ways. But I don't think he's one of them. I don't think he's gonna really be that big of a deal in the UFC. I don't think he'll be ranked. I don't think Lucas will be ranked either, but I just feel like Lucas is better. He's more experienced. I did not do a lot of research on Lucas, I can't lie to you. Let me check the notes for what I wrote about Lucas anyways. I never even wrote anything about Lucas. Oh, there he is. Yeah, Lucas, he's a bit of a grappler. He has alright striking. More of a grappler and all that. And I feel like he's gonna have his way with Stuart Nichols. I feel like he's gonna control him on the ground. He's gonna control him on the feet. Not gonna be the most high eventful fight. I could be wrong. This could just be a slugfest. Stuart Nichols KOs this man. Holy shit, Joe Rogan's not gonna be there. Fuck commentary she starts going crazy and all that. But I could be wrong. I just don't think Stuart Nichols has that. But yeah, so I have Lucas Rocha by unanimous decision, 30-27, 29-28 probably, but never know. Moving on. We have Bia Mesquita, I have no idea if that's her name, versus Iran Alisiva. I'm going with Bia. They don't show her record on the UFC site, but she's 5-0 and undefeated. Iran's on a 2-fight losing streak. She's not that good. I think she's called the Russian Ronda Rousey, which if you've seen her Tapology picture, makes sense. But if you've seen her currently, makes no damn sense. But yeah, I don't really know for her. doesn't really seem that good. I don't think I've seen her fight live. I could be wrong. She's not memorable. Another filler fighter. A lot of filler fighters on this card. But yeah, I don't feel like Bia's anything good. She's undefeated, all that. It doesn't really mean shit to me at this point. I've seen a lot of undefeated fighters this year lose. A lot of undefeated fighters get fraud checked. So the undefeated record doesn't mean shit. I'm gonna kind of glaze an undefeated fighter coming up later on, but that's not the point. I want to talk about that. But yeah, I feel like Bia gets it done by 29-28 decision, or I could see her pulling off a round 2 rear naked choke. I don't really know that much about them, but still I can see her doing that. I looked at her record. She has some submissions there, but I feel like 29-28 decision. Moving on. Vitor Petrino versus Thomas Peterson. I never seen Thomas Peterson's body before. Wow, Vitor. There's no fucking way Vitor's natural. But like I know that he most likely is, but like, did you see this man before? How did he get this big, bro? This is fucking, I don't I'm going with Vitor Petrino. Just look at these two. One of them is training, and the other one looks like he just got off his fucking shift at Subway. Like, this, yeah. One looks like an ex-con. The other one looks like a fucking bodybuilder. One looks like he should be on a list, to be honest. That's fucked up. All right, that's rude. That's rude. But I have Vitor. Feel like he's gonna KO him in round 2. Thomas Peterson, he's not terrible. I've seen him fight before. I don't remember him looking like this. I don't remember. I could be wrong. I could just full on just like he's looked like this the entire time. I've just never paid attention to him. I've never remembered him looking like this. But yeah. Vitor Petrino. We're talking a lot about these prelims. I'm trying to like kind of rush, but wow. Vitor Petrino by round 2 KO. All right. Moving on. Final fight of the prelims. We have Rafael. We got Rafael Filho versus Clayton Carpenter. Does anyone remember Rafael? Because I'm going with Rafael in this one. I'm going with Rafael. My bad, I don't look at the camera. I keep looking over here. It's just where my laptop's at, but beside the point. I'm going with Rafael in this one. The reason why is because, well, I feel like people do we just all forget that he was this close to taking the undefeated record of Muhammad Mokaev? Like, do we forget that? Like, he was, like, extremely close to submitting Muhammad Mokaev several times in this fight. Several times on this card in that fight. He had, don't fact check me on this, but didn't he like tear something in Muhammad Mokaev's leg or something? I don't think that's true. I could be wrong. Could just be spewing shit right now. But I swear I remember something about him fucking up Muhammad Mokaev's leg. But yeah, I feel like Clayton Carpenter, he's not bad, but I just don't think he's gonna fucking defend the takedowns, and I don't think he's gonna do that good on the ground. I feel like Rafael is gonna take him down and cement him in the first 2. Give me Rafael by round 1. Rear naked. Give him a rear naked choke. Fucking heel hooks. He does what Walter Walker should have done. Side point. All right, on to the main card now. Lucas Almeida versus Mitchell Aswell. I'm going with Mitchell Aswell. Let me hold on real quick. I'm checking out something about Mitchell Aswell as well, because I had it popped up here, but it's not there no more. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, I'm going with Mitchell Aswell. He has the reach disadvantage. He's not as experienced, and he has the height disadvantage, but Lucas Almeida doesn't really have a chin. Mitchell doesn't have that much power, but Lucas doesn't really have a chin. I watched fights for the main card, and let's watch the 2 or 3 for Lucas, and they're both him getting like hurt and slept. This dude doesn't really have a chin. He gets hurt a lot. But I don't think that's like a main factor. I just feel because I don't think he's gonna win by KO. I don't think Mitchell wins by KO. This goes to the decision. I have Mitchell as well by decision, but I feel like Lucas just isn't good. He's all right on the ground, but stand up wise, don't really care for him. Doesn't really strike me as a good fighter. Really, just kind of whatever. But yeah, I have Mitchell as well by 30-27 decision. All right, moving on. We have Ricardo Ramos versus Cain Offloo. I'm going with Ricardo Ramos. Now, Cain, he's the younger guy, right? I believe so. He's the younger guy. No, he's not. He's the older one. I was wrong. He's the younger... Well, he's the older guy. He is the shorter opponent. He has the reach disadvantage. And I don't think he's that good. I don't think Ricardo's that good, but I don't think Cain's that good. I don't know how to pronounce this man's name. It's literally just K-A-A-N. I don't know. I think it's Cain. I'm going to call him Cain. I don't think he's that good. I feel like Ricardo's going to take him down and just submit him in the first 2 rounds. A lot of submissions. Well, a lot of these are Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioners. Well, jiu-jitsu fighters. But yeah. I feel like Ricardo Ramos takes him down. I feel like on the feet he's gonna outstrike him. And yeah, I feel like he takes him down, gets him in a submission, chokes him out. Give me Ricardo Ramos by round 2 submission. Alright. This one shit get freaky. The last 4 fights. Heavyweight. We got Joanna did. How do you pronounce his first name? Jonate Diniz versus Mario Pinto. Mario Pinto is a prospect I really like. He's from Portugal, but he lives in the UK, right? I believe he lives in the UK. Or trains in the UK. Well, yeah, no, she fucking trains in the UK, lives in the UK. Yeah, he lives in the UK. He's 10-0, undefeated. And I just feel like he's gonna win this. I feel like he's gonna KO Diniz in 2 rounds. I feel like he's gonna KO him in the first 2. I've seen people pick Diniz, and I don't blame them. But he had a fucking scrap with his last opponent. I don't remember his last opponent's name. That one dude, I'm gonna show a picture. He had a scrap with that guy. And I know he was most likely on the PEDs. He came in on short notice, looked a little too good. From what I've seen of that dude before, he looked a little too good. But that's whatever. That's beside the point. Also, you see he was suspended for PEDs, I think so as well. So, also, I think he's also been that dude had a pass, but we're not talking about him. We're talking about Diniz and Mario Pinto. I feel like Diniz isn't gonna do that well in this fight. I feel like Diniz is a good fighter for this division at the current moment. Heavyweight isn't that good. I feel like Diniz will be ranked top 15 at the best. But I feel like Pinto could be a top 5 fighter in this division. Top 6, top 7 fighter. I know it's not saying a lot about this division, but the top 5 through 7 and 6 range, that's like the really good. That's like where the fighters actually start to get really good in this division. Like from 7 and up, that's when like those are actually the good heavyweights. And I feel like Mario Pinto could be one of those. You never know. I could be wrong. Diniz could just fucking take him to a decision, a boring ass fight. Mario Pinto gasses out trying to finish him. But I don't think I'm wrong. I feel like Mario Pinto gets this one done pretty easily. I feel like he's going to have a okay first round, not the craziest start. And in the second round, he's going to kind of find that range and then just put him out with a good shot. I know he was kind of getting touched up by Adrian Lanes. I forget the dude's name. My bad. I blinked for a second. Lanes for a second. He was getting pieced up by Lanes for a second of that fight before he slept him. But I don't feel like that's gonna be that much of a big deal. I don't think that's gonna be that big of a factor moving forward. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Oh boy, maybe in the recap video it's just gonna show me coping, but we never know. I have Mario Pinto by round 2 KO. Moving on. Featured bout: Vicente Luque versus Joel Alvarez. Now Joel Alvarez, let me tell y'all about Joel. Let me tell you. All right. Joel is my favorite. Oh shit! Where's the camera? Joel is my favorite prospect in the UFC. I'm very, very, very high about this dude, and I feel like he's going to smoke Vicente Luque, which sucks because Luque is really fun. He's had some legendary wars, well, some really good wars. He's been an exciting fighter, well-rounded. When it comes to fighting, he makes sure to have an exciting performance. I think that's why I'm picking against him. He's not looking good anymore. He's looking chinny. He's getting hit with shots that, if I'm honest, if Joel hits him with Joel's power, I feel like puts him out. He could grapple Joel, take him down, because we did see against when he fought Armin, Joel. You can't take this dude down and you can grapple him. I don't think that's going to be a problem, though. I feel like, hell, if Vicente goes for a takedown, he might get caught with a fucking knee. And I feel like that's how he gets finished. I feel like Joel's going to go in there, going to catch him catch him on the feet for a while, hit him with a good knee up the middle, wobbling Vicente. Vicente is going to shoot a panic takedown. Joel's going to sprawl, go same way as the last fight. I think he's going to get locked in a darce. I have Joel submitting Vicente Luque in the first round. Sucks to say, because this was kind of meant to be Vicente Luque getting a free win in Brazil. But Ponzinibbio pulled out. Joel stepped in. And I feel like even though this is on short notice, Joel is just a better fighter, more well-rounded at the current moment. I don't know about more well-rounded. Maybe. But he's the better fighter, coming into his prime, Feel like he will be ranked top 10 in this division. It's welterweight. Never know how he does. This is a division where you can be in the top 10 one day and then you fight someone in the top 5 and you're just all the way down out the rankings. Never know. So, I have Joel Alvarez by round 1 submission. Moving on, co-main event. Davison Figueiredo versus Montel Jackson. This one sucks because I have Montel Jackson and I don't want to pick Montel Jackson. When I first saw this fight announced, I had Figgy. But then I started watching some stuff. Started watching some Guru and Lucas Tracy, I can't lie. And when they were talking about this fight, they kind of persuaded me to pick Montel Jackson. And also, not just that, I'm not going to full on say purely because of them. I will say them. Because if I'm wrong, I want someone to blame. I take that back. I'm going to blame them. But nah, in all seriousness, I'm going with Montel. He's a lot younger than Figueiredo. He has a very massive reach advantage on Figueiredo. Actually, not that massive. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at the legs. He has a very massive reach advantage on Figueiredo. He has a 7.5-inch reach advantage and a 5-inch height advantage on Figueiredo. I've heard from a Guru that he has Brock Lesnar's glove size. Like, he has very massive gloves, very big hands. I would believe that. Because I've seen that photo of him and Francis doing the thing. I'll show it up And they were like fucking pretty much the same. I feel like this is the fight Montel finally gets that jump. And he's in a division where he could make if he does well in this fight, which I believe he will, and I believe he does. I will explain why I'm picking him. But if he does well in this fight, he's fighting number 6 in a division where Merab, the champion, has cleared out pretty much everyone in the top 5, but number 5 himself, Song. He hasn't fought Song. If he does good enough, he could make a statement where he could jump over everyone else. Now, we don't know. Mario Batista versus Umar is happening in 2 weeks. That could do something. But a fresh matchup could be made right here if either one of them. But still, I don't feel like Figueiredo wins. He did really good in the Yan fight, and he was doing in the Corey fight. I picked him to win both of those fights. But I just don't feel like he has that run in him at bantamweight. And I feel like this is a stylistic bad fight for him. He had that at flyweight. He had that at the start of his bantamweight career. But at the current moment, Figgy doesn't really like show me that he has that. Which sucks, especially coming off that injury. I don't know how he's going to be after that. It just kind of sucks to see because I really liked Figgy and I really wanted him to do good at bantamweight. Hell, I was right there posting on Instagram when he announced he was going to bantamweight. Not when he beat Rob Font at bantamweight. He was going to beat Sean. Oh boy, that didn't age well. But, yeah. I feel like Montel Jackson gets a statement TKO in the second round over Figgy. No, in the third round over Figueiredo. I don't think he finished Figgy. I don't think he puts Figgy out. Well, I feel like he finished Figgy, but I don't think he puts Figgy out. I don't think he subs Figgy either. But I feel like he's going to get a TKO 30-27 unanimous decision. Either one. But I feel like Figgy's not going to have a good fight. Alright. Main event time. Now, you're going to come to find out. I know it's my first video. Also, my first video. How's it doing? You like it? I don't give a fuck. So, my first video. But you're going to come to find out. I'm a Charles Oliveira Glazer. And it doesn't stop in this fight. We're picking Oliveira, boys. He's going to destroy this man. He's going to destroy Mateusz Gamrot. And why do I say that? Because, one, I feel like he's just all-around well-rounded, better fighter than Gamrot. Gamrot's good on the ground. He has pretty decent striking. His striking gets pretty underrated, but it's not that good. And he gets hurt a lot on the feet. I know he's fighting Oliveira. Oliveira gets hurt even more. He gets dropped more than anyone in this fucking division. He got slept in his...
Absorbing these shots. Well, he's already busted up.
That last fight didn't happen. So, speaking... We have to talk about the last... I've seen a lot of people saying also about the last fight, oh man, I don't know, that last fight, Charles' chin might not be that good, dude. I feel like his chin might not live up to it, man. It's not going to live up to it, man. You got to watch out with that chin, man. His chin, man. We get it. His chin. But they've said that about him his entire career. I know this is different. This is him getting slept by an AI. AI video. What the hell? My camera just moved again. Getting slept by AI. Oh, shit. I know this is him getting slept by AI. But that is... I don't think that's going to come into account with someone like Gamrot. If this was still Fiziev, I would understand. But with a fighter like Gamrot, I don't think this is going to affect Charles in the way people are thinking. Maybe later on, I'm hearing that after this he wants to fight Max. That might be a harder fight now. Before, I would have picked him, no doubt. But, yeah, fucking... I'm talking about fighting Max after that. But this is Gamrot. This is Gamrot who is good on the feet, but I don't think has that power to put someone out like Oliveira, who is awesome and great on the ground. I'm flipping you guys off, my bad. But I don't think he's better than Oliveira on the ground. I feel like in every aspect, Gamrot is good. Oliveira is just better. I feel like in the first round, Oliveira's going to come in there. Marauder's way towards Gamrot. Go at Gamrot. Land some big shot. Gonna hurt Gamrot in the first round. Gamrot's going to shoot a panic takedown. He's gonna get it. Not get it. It's going to kind of get reversed, but he's going to kind of scramble. He's going to get back on top. It's going to be a good of a scramble for the rest of the fight, and he's going to stay on the... For the rest of the round, he's going to stay on the ground. Second round. I feel like second round, Oliveira's going to catch him with a big overhand or a hook coming at him, and Gamrot's going to do what he always does. Shoot a panic takedown. And I feel like that time Oliveira's going to sprawl it and just lock in a Darce. I know I'm saying a lot of Darces, sprawling and going and locking in a Darce, but still, I feel like that's effective against fighters like Gamrot and fighters like fucking Luque. Because when they get hurt, a lot of the times they shoot takedowns, and they shoot takedowns that are very easy to sprawl, especially when they're hurt. And Oliveira is a fighter where he might just take the back, lock in the legs, get you in a backpack, and take rear naked choke you. He might do that. I'm looking at that. That's probably more realistic. I'm going to stick with Darce, but remember I said rear naked choke as well. So yeah, I feel like Oliveira is going to lock in a Darce in the second round, and Gamrot's gonna go out. I don't think Gamrot will tap. Gamrot will go out. Gamrot, fucking G. Only lightweight I respect besides him, Oliveira, Hooker, and Max Holloway. Everyone else never wants to fight. It's looking at you, Gaethje. We don't claim you no more. Arizona doesn't claim you. That's a lie. We still do. We still like you, Gaethje. But where you been at, bro? Who the fuck you gonna fight? But yeah, those are my picks for UFC Rio de Janeiro. Charles Oliveira versus Mateusz Gamrot. Main event. Those are my picks for UFC Fight Night. Oliveira versus Gamrot. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's my first ever video. Not the greatest, I know. Gonna get better. Gonna do better. Hope y'all enjoyed. Stay tuned for my immediate reactions, and stay tuned for my fights to make after UFC after Fight Night Oliveira vs. Gamrot. And yeah, peace.